I love to write. I love to change people's lives. And I'm also a vocal producer. So go in the studio and you're like sitting behind those controls and you just close your eyes and you hear someone just start doing something that you just poured out of your soul. And then they take it to a whole nother level. Those epiphanies are incredible. It's like drugs to me. I love it. I was a huge Britney fan. And I'm all happy because it's like my first huge artist. And it was huge to me because I actually worked with her. I actually was in the studio and she did her job, sang amazingly. And I was like, wow, like I'm going to be fucking rich.
Somebody give me my truck so I can ride on the clouds, so I can turn up the bass like. Somebody pass my guitar so I can look like a star and spend that cash like.
My song didn't make the first cut.
What you gonna do when the crowd goes hey-oh?
Literally a year or two, they called me up and they said, well, we're doing a greatest hits album. And I was like, oh, you are? Who doesn't want to be on the greatest hits? I was like, well, I didn't work with her before. They're like, no, but this is gonna be a new song and your song is gonna be the single off the greatest hits. I almost passed out. I was like, oh my God.
Why don't you do something? I see you looking at me like I got what you need. Can't nobody see. Why don't you do something?
But it was such a lesson in songwriting. That's why I believe that every song has a home. And if it's meant to be, it will happen.
Yeah, I'm out at Brooklyn. Now I'm down in Tribeca, right next to the Narrow. But I'll be hood forever. I'm the new Sinatra.
I personally, speaking for me, had always wanted to write a song about New York.
I used to cop in Harlem. All of my Dominicanos right there up on Broadway.
And I was like, in New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of, there's nothing you can't do. Now you're in that dip was so anthemic. I think the original record, the original song, it went the exact same way except it had verses. And there were lines in the verse, it was like, it started off going, someone told me, take a plane, take a train. Do what you can, but you gotta get here. There's something here waiting for you. There's another line that says, I saw a man with a cup and a sign. And the sign said, will work for food. Is that gonna be me? Is that my destiny? Although people don't know that version, I think that when Jay-Z heard that version, I know what he heard. He heard himself, he heard his story, he heard all the stories of New Yorkers. People come to New York to win, they don't come to fail.
I'm from the Empire State that's...
I was born an artist, and I was born a writer as well. So I have to do both. I think in the beginning, I wanted to be an artist because so many people was like, but you are. You need to be an artist. And I think I was fulfilling so many of other people's. But here we are. No more. I'm 6 feet tall with a crazy high-pitched voice. Where do I belong?
Ooh, last night was a mess. You even tore my dress, I cried like a baby.
It took time for me to realize, well, that's the reason why it's so amazing, because there is no one else out there like this. There is no one in this lane. You are your own lane.
Party done. Hold up, see, girl, and I'ma smash it. Once I dance and then we slash it. Even when we drunk, hold our waist and smash it. Give no water as the catch hot sessions. Never see a Trini girl that she wind up her waist and hold up the place. Boy, and I never have to beg 'cause I twist up the bow leg, man, and then I go.
Party Done became very viral and very, very, very big. So I'm so proud of it because it's not the normal. Who wants to be normal? That shit is boring.
The party done. What I don't know when I give a dance. Who come first, let's go. You made me so good, turn up the bass and screw up the place like so. The party done.
I was pregnant, very pregnant, like just huge. And Buddha, who is my music partner, love him dearly, but that day he was like, could you please come upstairs and listen to this record? And I was like, no. And he kept calling and he's like, you need to come up, you need to come up, you need to come up and hear this. And I was so mad. I stomped up the stairs. I was like, boom, 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 boom. And I like busted open the door and I was like, what? And he's like, listen to this. And he put on Party Done. And then he was like, just go to the mic and just do something at the mic. And I went to the mic and I was so angry that I was like, "Girl, none of them rush me. What the hell is that? When you see me in the place, Party Done." And he just looked at me like, thank you.
Yelling them